Madam President, I rise for a point of personal privilege. Remarks.
Proceed.
Thank you. As Arizona moves ever closer to ratifying the Equal Rights Amendment, some myths have surfaced. So please allow me to set the record straight. The ERA was introduced to Congress in 1923, nearly a century ago. The language is beautiful in its simplicity. Equality of rights under the law shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex. The Equal Rights Amendment is a constitutional amendment. The fact that we have various laws prohibiting sex discrimination, it's not the same as a constitutional right. The Constitution focuses on fundamental values, values like ending slavery, and with the ERA, granting women legal equality. Some claim the 14th Amendment already gives women all the protections that they need. But Supreme Court Justice Scalia refuted that when he said, and I quote, "Certainly, the Constitution does not require discrimination on the basis of sex. The only issue is whether it prohibits it. It doesn't." End quotes. Besides, if women had all the constitutional protections that we needed under the 14th Amendment, then why did we need the 19th Amendment to be able to vote? Yes, women have far more rights today than ever before, but those rights are based on laws, laws that can and do disappear with every political election. And if laws were working, why is there still a gender pay gap? On average, Arizona women make 83 cents to every dollar a man makes. African American women make 68 cents. Latinas, 55 cents. And Native American women in Arizona make 46 cents to every $1 that a white male makes. The wage gap cannot be explained away by choices. Women are paid less than men across all industries. To be clear, the ERA, and please hear me on this, the ERA is not about abortion. The fight over reproductive rights will continue long after the ERA has been enshrined in our Constitution. If it was about abortion, Justice Sandra Day O'Connor, a Republican, and Catholic nun, Sister Claire Dunn, would never have introduced the ERA legislation in Arizona as they did in the 1970s. In 1776, Abigail Adams, she wrote a letter to her husband, John Adams, urging him to please remember the ladies in the new code of laws. She wrote, "I desire you would remember the ladies and be more generous and favorable to them than your ancestors. Do not put such unlimited power into the hands of the husbands." Well, John Adams did forget the ladies, but women have never forgotten our thirst for fairness and equality, and we never will. A dear friend of mine, Claudia Elquist, a beautiful soul, who led this movement for fairness and equality in her life. She died recently. When I went to see her in hospice, I reached down, kissed her on her nose, and touched her sweet face. And I promised her, "Claudia, we will ratify the ERA." Claudia is watching us today. My esteemed colleagues, the world is literally watching how you will vote today. Will you stand up for fairness and equality as a basic tenet of our society? will you remember the women? Gather your courage. This vote is historical. This is legacy legislation. It could well be the most significant vote that any of us ever take. I know this is not easy for some of you. For some, a yes vote may cause you to temporarily lose some favor with certain people here at the Capitol. But for your constituents, for the majority of the population of Arizona, for the 161 million women across this nation who are counting on you to do the right thing, you will be their hero. Have courage. We are all counting on you. Thank you.